Here's a touching and emotional love story about a poor student struggling with love and life. Chapter 1: The Struggle of Dreams. Ravi was no stranger to hardship. He had grown up in a small village where dreams were a luxury. His father was a farmer, struggling against unpredictable monsoons, and his mother worked as a tailor, stitching clothes for a meager income. Despite their hardships, they had always encouraged him to study. When he got admission to a prestigious university in the city, it felt like a dream come true. But reality hit hard when he arrived. The city was expensive, and everything food, rent, books cost more than he had ever imagined. He lived in a cramped room in a hostel that barely had enough space for a bed and a table. To survive, he took up a part time job at a tea stall near the university. Every evening, after classes, he would serve tea to students who laughed and talked about their weekend plans, things he could never afford. Yet, he smiled and continued, determined to finish his degree and change his family's future. Chapter 2: The First Glance. One afternoon, Ravi was rushing to the library when he bumped into a girl, spilling the books in her hands. "I'm so sorry," he said, kneeling to gather the books. "It's okay," she said, smiling. "I wasn't looking either." Her voice was soft, like a melody. She had big, expressive eyes and a warmth in her smile that made his heart skip a beat. "Are you a literature student?" he asked, noticing the titles. "Yes, and you?" "Engineering." "I'm Ananya." "Ravi," he said, smiling shyly. That was the first time they met, but it wasn't the last. Chapter 3: Love in the Shadows. Ananya was everything Ravi wasn't: rich, confident, and carefree. She came from a family of business tycoons, her life filled with lavish dinners and luxury cars. But she never let that define her. She was kind and curious, always eager to hear Ravi's stories about his village and struggles. Despite their differences, they started meeting often, first in the library, then for long walks around the campus. She introduced him to books he had never read, and he showed her the beauty in simple things: watching the sunset, sharing a single cup of tea on a cold evening. For the first time, Ravi felt truly happy, but deep inside, he feared this happiness was temporary. Chapter 4: The First Scar. One evening, they were sitting by the lake near campus when Ananya suddenly held his hand. "Ravi, I think I'm falling for you," she said, her voice barely a whisper. His heart pounded, but he hesitated. "Ananya, I like you too, but we are from different worlds." "Does that matter?" she asked, squeezing his hand. "It does. Your family? They will never accept someone like me." She frowned. "I don't care what they think." But he knew she was wrong. The world cared, society cared, and soon they would face the truth. Chapter 5: The Cruel Truth. One night, Ananya's father found out about them. Ravi received a call from an unknown number. "Stay away from my daughter," the voice threatened. "You don't belong in our world." The next day, Ananya was nowhere to be found. When he called, she finally answered, her voice trembling. "My father took my phone," she said. "He's sending me abroad next month." His world collapsed. "Ananya, please, let's fight this together." "I don't know if I can, Ravi," she whispered. Tears streamed down his face, but he stayed silent. He had always known this was coming. Chapter 6: The Goodbye That Broke Them. The night before she left, she sneaked out to meet him one last time. "I wish we had more time," she said, her eyes red from crying. Ravi held her close. "I'll wait for you. I'll become someone they can't reject." She cupped his face. "Don't wait for me if it hurts you, Ravi. Just promise me one thing: never stop dreaming." With one last heart-wrenching kiss, she walked away. Chapter 7: A Love That Stays. Months passed, then years. Ravi worked harder than ever, graduated with honors, and got a job. But no matter how much success he achieved, he always remembered Ananya. One day, he received a letter. "Dear Ravi, I hope you're doing well. I heard about your success and I'm so proud of you. I wanted to write earlier, but I was afraid. Afraid that it would hurt more. I wanted to fight for us, but I couldn't. I hope one day you forgive me, but most of all, I hope you're happy. Always yours, Ananya." Ravi read the letter over and over. He didn't cry this time. Instead, he smiled sadly, looking up at the sky. He had lost her, but he had kept his promise. He had never stopped dreaming. And somehow he knew she had never stopped loving him. What do you think?